Yeah, hello everyone. Good morning. So welcome to our back sessions. The session number is 118 and 119. 118 and 119. Today we'll go 2 hours, 2 sessions will complete. So this topic I named as conditions and loops because first we study the condition based programming followed by loops. These two are considered as a set of discussion. Okay, it's continuous topic so that you will come to. Yeah. Here, these conditions are also called as branching statements. The branching statements are okay, uh, control structures also. Some documentation control structures. Okay, both are same. Are constructs. If construct, case construct, or if control structure, case control structure. Or either way, it is branching statements. Control branching from here and there. So these are all the equivalent terminology. You should not get confused. Okay, right. Again, first we have to revise it. Like we already discussed the introduction first. Next, architecture, login, logout procedure, screen basic advanced navigation, then complete ABAP dictionary. Till now, we have completed. Recently started classic ABAP programming. First introduction of ABAP programming features, ABAP editor standards, then how to develop a custom programs, how to explore built-in programs, all the stuff already covered. Yes, now each um, topic we are discussing in detail. So the programming can be built based on two real life scenarios. In the real life, and it could be in the nature if you observe lot activities we do based on some conditions. That is, if we based on time we do that activity time based, or else based on the group based, based on the like some type of uh, prerequisite conditions met, then only we will go for next subsequent activities. So condition based working is a it is very simple and generic in nature. Okay, same thing applicable to business. So if you go to the purchase and sales activities, finance activities, everything based on conditions. Yes, that's what we are discussing. Right. Simple if as well as okay, we have two things, simple if and as well as complex if or nested if. Okay, classified as yesterday's with examples through have completed. Yes, all the stuff most commonly used. If we go for majority, we do simple if in two ways we can use it with the usage of else, without usage of else. And this approach very rarely we do this nested if because today I will give comparative of nested if versus case also we are going to. Suppose again I logged in into server. Okay, just I'm going to comment everything. So if you are following my program closely, okay, yesterday's point of view, 2 sessions, 2 hours. That is first one mostly focused on the basic simple if scenario. What is exactly simple if using else also. Second half, okay, nested if examples are there. Like in this case, some small corrections. If you go to this, yeah, yes, please mute, please. And So now, no, like if you go to the like where we are, yes, yes. Here, we have, because we have to go other way around. First, we have to give the first division, second division, third division. Then, okay, or else first we have to go to the first distinction. Then reverse order also you can write the code. Same thing. Finally, else and you can write else also in fail and all different ways you can execute this. Because I was saying that you can also add brackets for this also. Brackets. Okay. If you go to this, which bracket? Yes, this type of brackets you can use. So that mm, in C program, in C we use brackets. Same if you use brackets, only do remember when you use left bracket and right bracket, open close brackets. So bracket is also a kind of operator. If you have to give space before and after, a space is required. ABAP is key space sensitive language. I already mentioned. Yes, this is another type of approach if you want to. Okay. Yes. Next, yesterday's because a lot of theory I covered. Later on, I came to practicals, hands-on. Correct. Let's take another example. If we are giving executing this way, if okay, I already told you with okay, if 1 equals to 2, okay, right, yes, it is kind of success or fail or true or false, okay, and it's very simple. Logical R can be used this way. So whatever thought comes, you start developing the code because you know the basics, how to develop it and all. Yes. Okay. So this works. Okay. Yes, it is success on. If not, you want to write else fail also you can write else write fail. Okay. So because in mathematics point of view, one is equal to one is true. Yes, one is never going to be equal to two. Yes, correct. So either, when we write logical and, because this is logical and example, when we write logical operator and, both left condition, right condition, both conditions are taken into consideration. If both result is true, the final result will be true. If both are true, then only this overall condition become true. But exactly in all these cases, we have used only and. But R condition, how do we use R condition is this. R logical or OR, small letters or capital letters. R is a operator, right? So you have to provide space before R, after R. So and are not only English letters. There are no symbols for that. You observe the theory also closely. Okay, I told you very initial days. I'm also following that. You also follow because to understand and to retain this much knowledge, you have to revise daily, 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 complete from the day one to till that. You cannot revise, you cannot listen the videos again and again because each video take 1 hour time. But you have already prepared your notes. You revise your notes, then your understanding levels will differs from day one to till date. Every day the dimension changes, understanding level changes. Final day you will get much more enough confident, you will become best expert developer. That's what the flow and concept is. But if you don't revise it again, you will feel like somewhere something gap. Okay, understanding problem. Like okay, so R, when we write R stands for either one, either this or this. That means in English we call it either or. Okay, either or. Either this one or this one is true, then it is true. right? I can tell you one more scenario because all are very simplified only. Like suppose we have another, this is condition mm, using logical operator OR. Like let us go to the condition using flag. What is the meaning of flag? Yes. Flag is a kind of data, is a keyword, GV underscore FLG. FLAG or FLG. People write both the case. That's it. We will write data GV. That is implicit. You have to understand what is the implicit data type. Implicit data type is type C because this, I guess, remember, N1, comma N2, comma N3 type I. So in this case, what happens? I already explained. If you do not specify type addition, so N1 belongs to, this is already explained. Again, N1 belongs to type C. If you don't write type addition, N2 belongs to type C. Only N3 variable belongs to type I. This is already covered scenario. Okay, so one line through, you can declare all the all variables. That is a small deviation, right? Coming to the flag scenario. In case of flag, what is this flag? So GV flag or LV flag, FLG or FLAC. Flag implicit data type is type C. That you have to understand. I don't type wantedly. Yes. So hmm, GV flag equals to, I'm going to assign value as X, flag value as X. Now I want to introduce if I type if press tab, second press tab. Yes, that's what you have to say. I repeat it. Just observe it. The advantage of this new editor is you have auto proposal concept. I repeat, see, you type if, then press keyboard tab. You will automatically get if followed by dot, that is period. Okay, if statement, uh, if is a independent statement, the it's going to be ends with period and end if auto proposed. Some gap also came. That means it is indirectly increased instruction to you that in between you want to write something, you can do it. This is one of the approach you have to understand. Got it? Yes. So I want to check, I want to test. Yes. GV flag, GV flag. It is two ways they will check. GV flag is initial or is not initial. Both the ways they will test it. So flag value is set. That means set or reset. Else, yes. Okay. Flag, what is that? Flag value is initial. Simple. Is initial, yes, because that is initial. That is, it is reset. It is not set. Is simply you can write set, or it could be non-initial also. You can write. So simple 5 lines code, easy way. Because in the live project, tomorrow when you work in a project, we will declare many times some kind of small variables called as flag variables. Okay, so only you can write FLG or FLAG or GV underscore means global variable, global flag. TV underscore is local flag. What is local global? We have a separate topic going forward. You will get clarity. But you have to understand certain things here. That is how you can check. This is one of the way you can test it. See, always you have to remember that yesterday I told you how to write a algorithm also. Yes, always think before you. Those who are new to coding and programming and even ABAP also. Yes, they have to write before writing ABAP code. First, algorithm concept we have to understand. Algorithm is a pseudocode. Once you are able to write the pseudocode, building, developing, programming is very easy. Only the problem is algorithm, only the tough. Your overall problem definition, problem statement, problem identification, how you are going to achieve through code also. This is, yes, here first business involvement, functional consultant involvement, and finally ABAP technical solution through programming. These are all the things involved here to provide the solutions also. Yes. So, because you have to habituate thinking in this way, right? We may not write algorithm for each everything, but I was keep on talking and typing sometime. You will come to know, you'll get to know, no issues. You will get that adaptation, acquaintation automatically, knowingly, unknowingly, because once you are following the sequential uh, this sessions, okay, that videos and recordings, automatically you will come to know because I'm covering lot of here and there many because whatever thought comes I'm writing here because I also have a doubt somehow I should not miss that thought. That's why I immediately type here so that it will be there permanently in my notepad because many things uh, okay, but my point of view, everything, every small, minute level, everything is also important with respect to interview and project point of view. Because sometimes in the project, some issues are we will get very laugh and funny things. Because of the basics mistakes, we will get the lot of time waste, lot of lag, many things impact and hamper the business also because of our core impact. That's why we have to be basics should be strong and very strong. My focus is on basics only. So right, we will go to execute this, execute it. Your flag is set. That means the else part is executed. You have to do for each program. If I use 500 programs, all 500 programs you have to debug it. Daily you have to debug it. Number of each program you have to debug it. Yes, double click on GV flag. So you have to observe it. Only don't debug in a hurry. Observations are important. You have to, yes. So first of all, yes, this is what. So this is C1. C1 is character 1. I have not specified a type addition. So this absolute, there is no type addition. Yes, it is giving something, okay, which is not giving exactly type C. So you have it is implicit type C and length 1 because it is default length is one place. Okay, when it comes to character data types, we are calling it as one place, two place, five places. Okay, yes, when it comes to the int float packed we there we call it as bytes. That also you have to know that vocabulary. Characters means places. Okay, first position, second position, or first place, second place, etc. Whereas those numeric types, we were calling it as 4-byte integer, etc. So coming to flag, when we set flag value as this, go to, yes, now the value is become X. Now the value is X, single quote capital X. Yes, we are checking. So the declaration operation, as a part of operation, I have assigned the hard coded value as capital X. Okay, then we are checking whether this flag is contain initial value or not. So flag value is X, that's why it goes to else part. It is printing flag value is X. That's it. It is printing. Okay, right. Now you have to understand the other way around. That is, we have is initial. If I don't assign any value, now you test it. I commented it out, test it, flag value is initial. That is, what is initial? Type C. Type C default type C initial value is okay. Type C initial value is like what is the initial value? Blank or space. That's already covered. Yes. Okay. So this is what you have to understand. Clear? Yes. So I am going to comment this flag related. Actually, we are using yes initial value versus initial value versus default value. This is also what is the difference between initial value versus default value. Initial value is system automatically assigned value. That is called as yes. It depends on data type. Number of times I explained. For character, it is space or blank, and others is zero. But what is default value? Default value is mm, is the value which is assigned the value which is assigned by developer or programmer or a web consultant within program. Okay, within program. That is, we are calling it as hard coded value also. Yes. Suppose if you write data n1 type I, what is the meaning? So here it is n1 initial value is 0. Data n2 type I value 10. Then what happens? N2 default value is 10. This is what you have to observe it. Okay, two variables with two variations. Just this is what sometimes I am calling it as initial value, sometimes I am calling it as default value. So initial value is which system decides. Whether you give it or not doesn't matter. By default, all variables will get initial values. And the default value is when we assign some value within program or within runtime to user acceptance, there are different ways you can assign it. Then the initial value overwritten by default value. Okay, this 10 we are calling it as a numeric literal. This 10 is called as a default value. The 10 is called as a hard coded value. All statements are true only. Okay, so this is a kind of a small deviation, but still I am covering the clarity point of view. I am introducing all these things. It is not a deviation, right? Now I'm going back to one more example, flag-based example only. So this flag, yes, data, another example on flag, data. So LV flag, FLG, simply. FLG type C. This time I'm writing FLG. Right, LV FLG equals to FLG. Yeah, okay, equals to again X only. You cannot write any value. X or space, very simple. Okay, yes. But you no need to write explicit space. Explicit space assignment not required because it is already initial value is space only. Whether you write it, otherwise not required. But yes. Now, what exactly I want to tell you is this, like, yes, if we will go to, if LV flag, hmm, FLG, okay, LV flag, sometimes we write this way, okay, yes, equals to X, equals to X, suppose. So this is, first error is FLAG, FLG typing error. You have to correct it. You can correct it. It is auto corrected. The second error is EQ. X is unknown. So X is unknown. See, because X is a data type, but this operand position when you are writing equal to followed by, yes, this is, uh, it is, what is that? You got another error, level by level error. Yes, I am writing this way also. This is accepted statement. Yes, you have to know that. Because as a best practice, SAP recommends that if this should be aligned in the next line. But some people they write it in a continuous line, but still it is accepted. That means system point of view, till here this is considered as a one if statement. This is considered as a end if statement. Both. Okay. Yes. But again, so you have to go for right statement. What is right statement? Flag. Okay, that is uh, local flag. Flag value is X or value is set. Okay. Yes. Local flag is activated. Also, you can write it simply XR space. Yes. So simple. Right. So even sometimes you come across in a single line also it is accepted. Some people write in this. So you should not get confused. Fundamentally, we are very much clear. So till here, it is one statement called if statement. Here it is right statement. This is end if statement. So this is not a best practice, but still this is accepted. But what is my explore is two things you have to understand it. Yes. First, all observations you have to understand. I am writing sometimes in the notepad, sometimes in the code also. Okay, you have to closely follow some observations. I am writing here itself directly. Yes. So ABAP is not case sensitive. This is okay. First statement. But what is but? But means some kind of exception concept I am going to discuss here. But the values, the character values, character values specified within single quotes, within single quotes, okay, single quotes must be specified, must be specified in uppercase. Okay, what is this explanation? Okay, I'll come to the second line because we should not type more than that. That leads to confusion also. Okay, so this is one small explanation. What is that but explanation is single quotes, it should be capital letter, you have to write it uppercase only. Yes. That means while comparison, okay, comparing character value, some checks. System system checks in system consider considers case also. So that is why we have to specify in capital letters or uppercase. Okay, what is the meaning of that? Suppose two things are wrong here. That is, of course, here it is. If I give small x, suppose small x, it might give, yes, local flag value is set, but generally the character values we will give it in a uppercase only. Going forward, I will give much more clarity on that. When we go to the comparison, here you can go with uppercase, lowercase comparison, it's okay. Right. Best practice, you always go with X, capital X, so that you will get this value, right? Next, here that is one small explanation, case concept. But I have another explanation. I want to main important thing I want to talk here is when to use equals to, when to use operator. EQ versus equals to operator. Here, when we go to the, this is, this is assignment, assigning X value to LV flag. This is comparison. Yes, correct. So now, when it comes to assignment, you cannot give this. Yes, here it is error. Okay, yes, this is fundamentally you have to be clear. So assignment, for assignment, we have to use hmm, single quotes only. Yes, this is what the observations is to assign, in the sense so as to, or in order to assign value to variable, always use hmm, use equals to, that means equals to operator. What is the meaning? Do not use EQ. Okay, that's it. Okay, yes. Next, when it comes to comparison, in case of comparison, here if both are allowed here. Okay, here EQ is okay. EQ through you are getting EQ, small EQ. This way also people write. This is not a case, still you will get the result. But even though you will write, yes, this also you will get the same result. Okay, so while comparing, we will divide like this. So while comparing, yes, while comparing in the sense comparing expression, that is one type of comparison expression. Okay, yes, that is the best way to narrate the things. Comparison expression, we are allowed to use equals to operator or EQ letters. Okay, this is already explained. Once again, I am covered. So, lot of observations. If you write single line also, no confusions. You have to accept it. And moreover, without type addition also, this is example is covered. And this where to use equals to. So now onwards, it as you have to habituate this way. When you want to assign the value, go for equals to operator. When you want to compare it, use this two letters. That's the best. Okay. Next, this is what about the one type of flag also I introduced. Flag concept also you have to know. Global flag, local flag concepts also you have to aware of. Correct? So initial value versus default value also I introduced. So many stuff. small miscellaneous stuff I covered it, but actually we are into the conditions, correct? We are into conditions, right? Like if you go to the what next? Yeah, we have to write another example, some third example of what is that? Yes, of nested if only. Okay, nested if scenario only we will consider. So this example is like example is this way. We have mm, yes, what is that? Accept uh, alphabet from user, then decide whether it is vowel or consonant. Yes, so 2 minutes will go back. In English, total 26 letters, right? Out of that, A, E, I, O, U is the vowels, rest are consonant. That is the general English. Everybody aware of that, global. So we no need to, yes, it's a known scenario, right? Vowel consonant. But now, how we are going to implement it into coding and programming? First, we have to accept a character value from the user. That should be done by parameters. That is your first step. So acceptation is the first step. Second is comparison. The third one is printing. Printing means displaying. So always we go with a three-step process. That is the algorithm. Correct? Yes. So we will write this example. So I'm directly writing the code. Parameters, alphabet. That's it. The alphabet means type C is there by default. Implicit. If you don't write explicit type C, you have to understand. Wantedly, I'm not writing here because you should not get confused. Yes. Okay. But when it comes to parameters, this is a parameter variable. This parameter variable should not exceed more than 8 characters. There is a limitation that will have a separate topic. Okay. Yes. Coming to the yes. If okay, because we are accepting value from the user. We don't write any hard-coded value. If alphabet alphabet value is a, mm, then write um, vowel, right? Yes. Next, mm, else if alphabet equals to, okay, yes, equals to AE, okay, yes, even though, yes, first I will end here. Yeah, oh, okay, we'll conclude. We have one area where a pattern with other patterns. Here we have F4. Under F4, if you go to ABAP standard, here you have case do, case do form if continue and continue. Yes, this is what I want to tell you. This is your system generated. That is, this is a generated. I have not yet typed a single this thing. So this is the way you can make use of this one also. Okay. How I generated this? You have to go to other pattern, type if here. Automatic, because over a period of time, this coding is very delicate. very sensitive. You have your personal work for XYZ reasons. You left ABAP for 2, 3 months. Again, you came back to learn ABAP. You will get everything as a new for you. If you will get the feeling that is sensitivity of the programming point. At that time, this is helpful to you. Even you forgot the syntax also. System will help you through pattern, other pattern. If statement system generates the code for you. Okay, yes. This is what we are calling it as system generated. System generated in the sense this is, yes, inserted if statement, if statement using pattern. Okay, yes. This is what the observation. So you will get automatically. So with the help, you can just after getting this, you have to modify the code as per your requirement. This approach also. Okay, yes. So right statement, new line. Oh well, because I am whatever thought comes, I am introducing immediately because I may forget the things. That's what generally I don't. But I want to give the immediate. You also practice these things immediately. Not only practice, now onwards start using this. See the advantage of code generation. This is generated code. Generated means this inserted code at your cursor position, operand position, inserted code. So the advantage of this is you are getting syntax also help from SAP, and moreover, it is time save and to avoid spelling mistakes, to avoid syntax errors also. This is helpful to you. So obviously, it is available. You can make use of it. Okay. Yes. So generally, we don't type it. We will just go for copy paste so that it saves our time. Right. A, E, I, O. Hmm? Yes. Right. Yes. Now, it is twice. Twice. Pretty printer automatically sets the indentation. Now we have to go to AEIOU. This is U, capital U. Then we will go to else. Else, nothing to it. It doesn't follow by S. Else, simply here you replace by consonant. This is what the small code is. That quickly. Right. We will see the explore. Yes, alphabet. So I'm entering A. A for vowel. A, E, vowel, IOU. I type X. X for consonant. Z for consonant. So one time we will go with the code debugger mode /H. Go to debug. Yes, because when new program, all 5 lines code also you debug it. No, so double click on alphabet. Its value is Z. That is yes G. Then this first condition is false. Second condition is false because it is not Z. Yes, all are false. That's why it goes to else statement. If all are false, yes, all cases are false. It is printing the right statement as consonant. It doesn't matter whether you enter, yes, here. Right. This type of approach using nested if through also okay, you are allowed. So what is important here is this okay. Here this equals to is acting like a comparison pointer because we have added if here, if followed by expression or comparison. So this is not assignment, this is comparison. So in this case, your comparison is case sensitive, I said. Yes, you have to go with, if I write a small a, suppose, even though a also you will get as consonant. Yes, see, doesn't matter I entered small case, a is consonant. Why it is consonant? See, check once. Yes, because yes, this comparison is going to fail. Yes, alphabet. Alphabet value is user entered small or caps that automatically converted into uppercase. So the code at code level, what is written? Yes, this single quotes values must be written in. When it comes to character value comparison, it should be written the two comparison point of view. It must be in uppercase. We have to. Otherwise, even though this, even though A, we know that it is a vowel, but still in this case it goes to directly else. Directly, yes, all cases are fail. It is checking each all the cases. Finally, it is going to write. So got it. It should be written in a yes. What is the sensitivity of ABAP is this only. Okay, you have to write it in capital letters. Clear? Yes. So here the observation is default data type is character with one place length. Yes, this is what the observations. You don't give it. So done. We have almost done with the further explore on if part. We are going to the second one is called as case. Okay. Yes. So case is uh, we will go back to the case. So miscellaneous stuff is over. Case, yes. Structure. You can call it as case structure or hmm, it is also called as case control structure. Okay. Yes. This way we can write it. But this is not called as a switch case. In C language, we have a switch keyword, but here we don't have switch keyword. So what is the purpose of keys? It is used, okay, it is used to comparing data object value. Data object, sometimes I'm calling it as data object, sometimes I'm calling it as variable. Time being data object equals to variable as your point of view. You just observe. That is, you are comparing one variable value. Yes. So, right. The what is that? What is the case advantage? Case is it is alternative for nested if. Nested if statement. Yes. So SAP, yes, SAP recommends. SAP recommends. It is not my recommendation. Case case control. Okay, rather than means instead of using nested if step because the reason is case statement case statements are case statements are easy to write. Write means type. Easy to write, and writing is this is developer point of developer task become easy and easy to compare. That is, you are making system task also easy. Both developer task, system task, both are easy when it comes to usage of case statement. Okay, yes, that's why, because how many if it goes to this type, how many else if statements you write it, that is, you are complicating the problem statement or programming also. That's why, as a best practice, we will write the same program, we will go in a other way around. Yes. So right now, okay, yes. Finally, what followed? The case followed by a data object to compare. Only we will compare several several values. Yes, this is your syntax. So first of all, case must end with end case. Okay, end case. So case followed by, I am writing it as field or variable. Okay, simple. So this field value, we are comparing it here. So when followed by followed by yes, single quotes. Yes, there is no equals to letter or something, a symbol or something. When value one, value one, okay, value one, that is true. Now you go with some statement block. Okay, block or set of statements. Right. Second, when, when, yes. So here it is, value two, when, yes. Here it is, okay. So some statement block, set of statements, right? So this way, and you can write number of when statements, no problem. Many number of when statements. Finally, because I have to end here, so then we are going for when, okay, when others, here it is. Hmm. So there are default statement. When others, it is default statement. Okay, you can extend this way because it's okay, because code should be written. Syntaxes are very sensitive. So this is your case expressions. Okay. So as I mentioned, there is no default keyword, no switch keyword. Yes, no go-to statements are allowed here. These are all in C language. Whoever coming from the C, they will adapted using those statements. Okay. Yes. Here, this is the okay. Right. Now, after writing syntax, the explanation, further explanation. So it begins with case keyword and ends with end case. That means, yes, you have to must end with end case. That's what. So this is actually it is independent statement, case statement, when statement. This is general statement, output statement, something like that. Then this is end case is also one of the statement, independent statement. End case is a single letter, single word, no space between end and case. When you say statement begins with keyword, ends with period, right? Those are all basics, right? Here, case, hmm, case, comma, when, comma, uh, others, comma, end case. Okay, yes, all are, okay, all are keywords. That's why, okay, as a best practice, mm, best practice means coding basic practices and best practices are different. Basic means if you don't follow that gives syntax error. Best practices means that is recommendations from the SAP. Yes, okay, specify or mention in uppercase. That means capital letter, right? So I already typed in that way. Right. We will see what is the purpose of that. So case, okay, again I am going to explain case followed by mm, followed by a field or variable or data object followed by a field or variable. That is, yes, next level using when we are comparing its value. Okay, using when we are comparing field value. Yes. So what happens? So what next? When followed by uh, when must followed by the value of the above field or above variable. That is when followed by. Yes. So as I said, this comparison mm, is case sensitive. Yes, this is already covered it. Yes. Okay. Yes. Next. So, like next, when this is true, when this field value matches with value 1, this statement block gets executed. Otherwise, search will continue, the comparison will continue to go to up to till this level. If the this one matches, the statement block gets executed directly. It goes to the end case and it will end this case, end case control structure. It will go to the next statements. But if it doesn't matches, it will compare the second value. It will go for third value, fourth value comparison. Yes, this way. So what next? Between hmm, between case and end case, many when statements are allowed. Many statements are allowed. Even the same rule applicable to the yesterday's I forgot between if and end if also. Yes, this is what. So we will write it. It's between uh, if and end if mm, many else if statements are allowed. But what is but? But only one else statement is allowed. statement is allowed. Yes, you have to see else if statements plural. Else statement, this is singular. Okay, yes. Close observation. Same statement, I am going to write it here. So mostly when statements are allowed, but when others, okay, when others is allowed only one time. That is, you cannot write when others many times, right? Next, in fact, this when, okay, it's when others, when others is optional, just like a, it is which is not mandatory or compulsory. Yes, you no need to write it when others. But, but in general, okay, we will use, okay, when others to specify the last, okay, default default statement or default value. Yes, that is all if all when statements fail, when statements fails, then others statement, hmm, gets executed. Other statement gets executed. This is the uh, flow you have to understand it. That means here also the same case, when all else if statements fail, else statement gets executed. Okay, coming to this, okay, we will go to the next session.